We've now completed the walls, as we can see right here. If we go back into the 3D image, we can see the walls right there. And so the next thing we want to do is add a roof on the top of here. And so we're going to do that. So we're going to go into architecture. Once again, we're going to add a roof. We're going to use a roof by footprint. Okay. I don't know. I don't think I didn't think I'd committed. Anyway, we're going to, the base level of that roof, we're going to put at uh, top of roof. Okay. Remember, we put these walls at the top of parapet, so the roof is going to actually sit down among the parapet of the wall. Okay. And we're going to, let's do this as, we're not going to do an overhang in this case. We will do that in another project. And let's see here. So we're going to draw, and let's go back to, well, let's do this. So I explain something here. Let's go to the top of the roof. And if we go to the top of the roof, we don't see anything. Okay. And once again, this is because the view is being cropped. I'm going to cancel out of the roof here so that we can adjust this. So the roof has been cropped. The view, the edit range. If you look at the edit range, you'll notice that from the level of top of roof up, it's unlimited. In other words, it will show us everything up to 2 million miles if that's what we want. The other right here, the cut plane, is at 7 foot 6 inches up from the top of the roof. I'm going to set that just to 0. Okay, and I hit return, and so it. And then the bottom, I'm going to set, it's set to unlimited right now. Okay. Uh, but for some reason it's not showing the topo, probably because the topo isn't turned on. But also what I'm going to do is, yeah, we'll just work from that. So top of the roof, unlimited, and here's our walls. Um, so let's draw a roof on top of this. Okay. Um, and to do that, we're just going to go into architecture. We're going to go into roof here, and we're going to roof by footprint. And it wants us to save the project. So I'm going to save the project. Okay, so the work plane isn't been set. So I'm going to go back like just before. I'm going to go back in here to set the work plane and set the work plane to top of roof. Okay, and so that should solve our problem there. And then I'm going to place that roof on the inside of the walls because actually the roof structure would go into the interior of the wall, and we'll talk about that later as, as we talk about how things are built. But so let's just go in once again to roof footprint, and then the easiest way is just to pick a series of lines. And so I'm going to pick the interior lines here. I'm going to lock them so that once again, if I move the walls, if I resize the walls, then the roof will move with it. Then the other thing I want you to notice is that these are set to a pitch of 9 to 12. Okay, right now a default pitch of 9 to 12. And I'm going to leave that on just so that you can see the results of that. So I've selected my roof. I've selected the roof type that I want to use, which is just a generic 12-inch thick roof, and I'm going to accept that. And since I told it from this line, slope at 912, 912, 912, and 912, the roof was sloped to a peak. Okay. If I go into the site, let's look at 3D, you'll notice that yes, it slopes. I'm going to make that, it slopes from, that's the top of the roof right there, upwards 9 through 12. Well, that's not really what I want. What I do want is a flat roof. So I need to come in and edit that. And so I'm going to go back to the top of the roof section, select this, and go into Edit Footprint. And now I'm going to select that line. And instead of 912, I'm just going to say 0 here. Okay. And by saying 0, what I'm doing is telling it I want basically a flat roof. Okay. So I'm going to put 0 in here and 0 here and 0 here. Now, the thing is, if you don't change all 4 of them, it will, if I left this 912, it would attempt to slope the roof in this direction, okay, as a shed roof. So if I want a shed roof, that's what I do. I make all the rest of them 0 and then make this side a slope of 912, and it would slope it this way. So I'm going to set that. Now, notice I don't see those ridges. Okay, and if I go back now into my 3D view, I've got a slope, a roof in here, okay, which supposedly contains structure and insulation and other kind of things like that. But that's all stuff we'll talk about later. And then notice we have a parapet, and there's our parapet right there. So now we've got our little project with a floor, walls, and a roof. And in the next video, we're just going to put some windows and doors into it.